The chapter starts with Hyruden's group in the elevator. As they go up, Gaban gives them a full recap of the situation, the enemies and their powers, and when the group arrives to the Sunworld, they find Kashi injured. So yeah, coming off of the previous chapter, we saw that once Loki had got everybody up to speed on the flashback that we had just been through for the last couple months and essentially cleared his name, they all decided to go back up to the Sunworld because, you know, that's where all the chaos is happening with Imu and the Holy Knights and all that stuff. And Hyruden's group went up through that boat elevator thing that they have, and then Sanji just manually carried Copper and Chopper. However, Luffy and Loki stayed down there, and we saw Loki take out the Draugr with his ice attack thing. And unfortunately, we're not seeing or hearing Loki and Luffy in this chapter. They're probably not going to show up for another couple chapters until like a really dire moment where they have to save the day, you know. But whatever Scopper winds up telling them probably isn't going to be, hey, there's a bunch of immortal demons up there, and the only way to defeat them is having advanced Conqueror's Haki, which most of you don't have. So you can't really do much except, I guess, take out the Dami Reversi giant guys. But also, apparently, Kashi is injured. So we're going to hear what he has to say. He explains the current chaos. So the Straw Hats and the new giant warrior pirates decide to split up. Zoro and Hyruden go to help Yarl, while Sanji goes to rescue Nami and Robin, good old Oda, and to put out the fire at the school and library. Then we see a double page with a map of the branch Route 8, showing where everyone is and what they are doing. Near the Owl Library, we see Nami, Chopper, Robin, and Jinbei still tied up with Gunko's arrows. The Dami Reversi giant warrior pirates head towards the western village to kill Yarl. Ripley, Oimo, and the other giants go to rescue the children, and the children have almost reached the port. In the western village, giants ask Yarl to run away, but he refuses because he has something to tell all of Elbaf, and he uses a Denden Mushi to communicate with all giants. Yarl reveals the truth about what happened to Harold, and he declares Loki's innocence. Then he talks about the devils that tried to conquer Elbaf 14 years ago. Then, in an amazing double page, we see Imu Gunko commanding Dami Reversi giants, Killingham commanding the Sleep Tids, and Summers listening to Yarl's speech. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, and hopefully we'll be able to go over this on Friday, maybe. Subscribe for that if you haven't already, because I always review the chapters regardless of how hyped they are. But these are like the big three of this arc, and it's all going to come down to defeating them or just foiling them. And I talked about this before, but I wonder what the matchups are going to be, because it seems like Loki and Luffy are probably going to team up to take on Imu/Gunko, which I think will probably wind up with Imu Dami reversing Loki. Then he'll fight Luffy while Imu just dips out of there. And then for Killingham, I think that will probably be Zoro's opponent, and then Summers will probably be Sanji. I mean, we'll see what happens. Actually, Zoro is probably going to get into a fight very soon, because like Zoro is in an unexpected place. Like we didn't know this in the spoilers yesterday, and I'll get to that. But first, let's talk about our favorite artisan Japanese snack box, and that's Sakurako, because this month's box is a Kyoto's Valentine, and it's the perfect Valentine's Day gift for your partner. It's filled with flavors inspired by Kyoto's historic legacy and the warmth of its early spring traditions. It comes with a booklet that explains everything in the box, and every box comes with one tableware, and this month it's the vintage kimono cloth pouch. First, let's try the caramel bergamot hochija tea that pairs with everything in the box. It has this really nice sweetness from caramel that meets the bright citrus flavor of the bergamot. Then I tried the chocolate mochi. These are incredible. They have this nice fudgy filling with the mochi shell on the outside, along with a thin marshmallow layer. And I tried the Kyoto Okoshi. These have 3 flavors: earthy matcha, ume pickled plum mixed with shiso perilla leaf, and nutty peanut. They're all so good. Then I tried the Amal strawberry cake. This is so soft and moist. It has such a nice strawberry flavor to it. So guys, you can get your very own Sakurako box, which like I said is the perfect Valentine's Day gift this season, by checking the link in the description, and make sure you use code Zhoniin for $5 off your first box. Thanks guys. Now we're gonna go over Yarl's speech, which is like the big part of this chapter. He says, however, today the devils return. I suspect they are in need of great forces once more. 3 devils appear here for yet another attempt at conquering this nation. So him saying I suspect they are in great need of forces again, this is because Imu says, like, once she takes over Gunko, that Mary Joie is like on fire or burning or whatever. Like someone is actively attacking Mary Joie right now. We don't know who yet. Could be the Blackbeard pirates, could be the Revolutionary Army, but this is why Imu is there, and as well as the Holy Knights are there trying to speed run getting taking Elbaf under their control. Continuing Yarl's speech, he says, "Listen up, you devils. Since you put the children's lives on the line, we are willing to give up our culture and history. But if this was a plan conceived to break our will, then what a stupendous move. Do not expect us to endure blindly as Harold has done. Rule over us? Make us slaves? We let you talk for a while, and it seems that it made you too comfortable." Also, throughout this speech, Usopp is going to be like reacting to it, giving like, yeah, with hard eyes or whatever. I don't really need to go over that. Usopp, I just can't stand him right now, so we're just going to go through Yarl's speech. He says, "My apologies, but dear children, please cover your ears. If everything goes as the Harley foretold, that the world will truly be separated into parts someday. We Elbaf see the world government as our enemy." That's super interesting. I don't remember the Harley text saying something like this. I mean, I'll put them up on the screen, but it's all like ambiguous non-speak anyway. But this might imply that there's more to the Harley text, or maybe I'm just missing something. But regardless, this probably is alluding to the Grand Line being destroyed. We've been talking about this for 15 years now. You know, at the end of the series, it's very likely the Red Line, you know, the continental belt around the world, which is very likely to be man-made, will be destroyed. In the epic final double page of the chapter, we see Yarl finishing his speech while giants prepare for battle. He says, "We shall not bend our knees to your tyranny. Do I stand corrected, my fellow honorable warriors of Elbaf?" They're like, "Absolutely, Master Yarl." And he says, "Let us protect the peace Harold envisioned." Dory, Bragi, and the Dami Reversi giants arrive to the western village. Yarl and the giants are ready to fight them. ZORO, Hyrden, and Stanson are right behind the Dami Reversi giants. ZORO, very confident, says something. Hyrden says, "We see them now. I heard it's best not to get in their middle." And ZORO says, "I have a plan." End of chapter, no break next week. Yeah, ZORO is behind the Dami Reversi giants right now, which we didn't find out in the spoilers yesterday. So ZORO is in prime position to actually do something, which is pretty exciting because it's been a while since, I guess, anyone really did anything. You know, we've been in the flashback for 6-7 months now. 6-7. But Hyrden saying it's best not to get in their middle. This is because if you stand in between the Dami Reversi giants, or at least what we saw previously, you'll get reversied too. And that's just how like the game itself reversi works with like flipping the tiles or whatever. But that's just also how Emu's demonic powers work too. I don't know if it's coincidence or that's just Oda being cute, but it is what it is. But Zoro saying that he has a plan here, it's probably something very simple. And I'm not saying that to like downplay Zoro or Oda or anything. I'm just saying it probably is. Like, I think the last time that Zoro said that he had a plan or something, or at least what I can remember from Dressrosa, when he was going against Pika, it was like, yeah, plan 5. Let's go with that one. Fly through the air and cut him down. So it'll probably be something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's some grand plan to overcome the giants here and not get Dami Reversi. But even then, we still don't fully know how Dami Reversi works anyway. But yeah, in the next chapter, we're going to see Zoro fight for sure. It seems that way, at least. I really hope so. But let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comments, guys. If you liked it, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.